Hello, everyone. Buongiorno a tutti. Here's a new Italian mastery session, a new Learn Italian Live session. We go live every week on Sunday, 2 p.m. GMT, to learn, practice, and ultimately master Italian. Today, I don't have my laptop, so we're doing a little bit of a different session. I have some cards that we can use to practice Italian. We're usually going live at 2 p.m. GMT, and today we are live at 10 a.m. GMT instead, due to my flying schedule. If you're watching this as a recording, don't worry, you can practice anyways. Just pause the video when I ask questions and feel free to comment if you have questions, comments, doubts, etc. Italian Mastery provides a platform for people to learn Italian from all walks of life. We have a course at italianmastery.com and lots of interesting content going live on YouTube, Rumble, X, etc. Benvenuti, welcome. Today we are going to change the format slightly. Usually I have my workbook. You can see it on the screen. You can see images, and we attempt to describe or talk about what's in the image. Today, instead, I have some cards with me. So I don't know if you can see them. They are meant to be for children, but we can use them to interact and talk about what's in the images. And also, I don't have my fancy software to do the screen change, so this is going to be helpful. Bene, bene. Oggi aspetto che ci siano meno persone del solito. So today I think that there will be less people, fewer people than usual, due to the time change, the last minute time change that I had to make to the session. But nonetheless, let's give everyone another 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then we can get started. I will show some cards to you, making sure that they're visible on the webcam. And I would like you to tell me what you see, right? And we can start from the number of items that you see and what these items are, right? There's going to be different cards with different things. Like, for example, here we see chickens, right? Hens in particular. So we can perhaps talk about hens in Italian, the noun, the name for it, and also, how many of them are in the photo, in the image. So who wants to start? Who in the chat is brave enough to look at this image and tell me what you see basically in Italian? And I'm happy to sort of drive as well if I see that people struggle. Let me just check my notifications first. Bene, allora ci sono 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cosa? 7 of what? 7 galline. Galline. Okay, so the word gallina is hen, and it's a feminine word, obviously, as you would imagine, as you would expect. So the plural goes galline, 7 galline. Now, the fact that the word 7 also ends in e, which is the feminine plural, has nothing to do with the fact that the hen, gallina, is feminine. In fact, 7 is just the number 7, right? 7. 7 galline. And we can complete the sentence by adding there are. Ci sono. There are 7 hens in the photo. Ci sono 7 galline. So, yeah, this is what's in the photo. Again, let me know if you have any questions or if you have any other example in Italian that you can think of. Or maybe there's an example in English that you can't translate. And so we can talk about that as well in the future. And yeah, that's number 7. So let's move on. Okay, this one is interesting. What do you see here? Again, feel free to pause the video if it makes it helpful. Questi sono conigli. Conigli. A bit difficult to pronounce, I guess. The word coniglio is rabbit. Coniglio. And plural conigli, because in this case, the word is masculine, right? Conigli. Ci sono, there are. Conigli. Ci sono conigli. Right. So now we can also think about how many of these rabbits are in the photo, in the image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ci sono 8 conigli. And it's very difficult for me to speak because I have just put on braces. So I'm trying to speak and not cut my lips in the process. That would be ideal. Ci sono 8 conigli, which I think it helps me because it forces me to speak slowly. Ci sono 8 conigli in questa foto, in questa fotografia. So in this photo, picture, slide, whatever this is, there are 8 rabbits. And we can also talk about this. I don't know if you can see it. And by the way, give me a sign if you guys can see and hear me well. Feel free to just, let me know. Or if you don't hear me well, then let me know also. Here, can you see this? 2, what? What are these? These are carrots. 2 carote. Carote. 2 carote. 2 carrots. Ci sono 2 carote in questa foto. And 8 rabbits. E 8 conigli. Or we could say ci sono 8 conigli e 2 carote in questa foto. Perfect. I think we've explored the photo enough. And now we can talk about the next one. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll get back to you. This is the next photo we have. Can you tell me what you see in what you can see in this photo? In questa foto ci sono, and by the way, we saw this in the past. I think it was one of the questions. Somebody asked, why is photo a feminine word if it ends in O? Photo is just an abbreviation. It's an abbreviation of fotografia, which is a photograph. So when we say photo, just like in English, we have the abbreviation. We also have that in Italian, but the gender doesn't change. So it's still feminine. So, in questa foto ci sono what? Due cavalli, right? Cavallo is horse. I believe these are horses. Ci sono due cavalli in questa foto. We always use ci sono because it's plural, right? We are saying there are X, Y, Z, there are, A, B, C, whatever. If we want to say c'è, there is, that's singular, right? Ci è. And we talked about this in, I think, the previous session, the very previous session. So singular, plural. So we have to use the plural version when we talk about many things, right? At least two or more. In this case, we have two horses. Ci sono due cavalli. If there were one, c'è un cavallo. In questa foto, in this picture, c'è un cavallo. There is one horse, right? So we have this sort of binary choice between one or many, just like you would have in English, right? So I think, so for example, we can talk about this tree. What is something that you could say about this tree? C'è un cavallo. C'è un cavallo. Oh, sorry, no, cavallo. C'è un albero. C'è un albero. There is one tree. C'è un albero verde. Verde is green. And we add the adjective after the noun because that's how we do it in most cases in Italian. So when we describe something, we first utter the noun and then the adjective that's associated. Un ragazzo alto, right? A tall guy. Or un tavolo grande, a big table, and so on and so forth. Anyways, and by the way, let me know in the comments what you think of this format and put a thumbs up if you like this video, if you're watching this as a recording, or if you're not. Let's try something a little bit more difficult. Something a little bit more difficult. Can you see? I hope you can see it. I think you should be able to see it. So we have bees. We have bees. Bees have a very short name, but also it's not too easy because it is irregular. So the word for bee is ape. So A-P-E, ape. And you will notice that it won't end in O, it doesn't end in A. So is it feminine? Is it masculine? It turns out it is a feminine word. Ape, un'ape, with the apostrophe, because it starts with A, which is a vowel. Un'ape, un'ape, due api. So here's why it's weird. The plural is api, ends in I, as a plural masculine word, but it's still feminine, right? So un'ape, un'ape bella, right? A nice looking or a good, beautiful bee. Due api belle. So it's confusing, right? Due api belle, tre api belle. It's obviously 2, 3, then the word for bee, api, the plural ends in I, and then belle, because ape is a feminine word. So we have to use the feminine plural ending, belle, ending in E. So in this case, how many bees do we see? Uno, or I should say una, due, tre, quattro, cinque, sei, sette, otto, nove. So in this case we have nove. Ci sono 9 api in questa foto. And notice how the accent or pronunciation varies when we pronounce the first O in otto and the second one. And this is a subtlety, something that we teach in the Italian Master University, to do with the fact that the O, the vowel O, gives rise to 2 sounds, O and O. And one is open, one is closed. And it's, there's a small difference, but there is a difference. We have 2 more slides. So, and yeah, it's very important to me that you guys let me know what you think about this format, if you like it or not. And, even if you're watching this video ways after the recording date, if you give me some feedback, I appreciate it. We have the last 2 slides. First, mucca. Mucca, cow, right? Mucca. And this is a good example to practice with a singular version, right? C'è, there is. C'è una mucca. In questa foto c'è una mucca. And we can assume that this cow is massive, right? Because it's just as high as this wind tower. So let's just say a big cow. How can we translate? A big cow. There is a big cow in this photo. In questa foto c'è una feminine, obviously, mucca grande. Una mucca grande. So there is a big cow. Grande never changes, right? So when it's something masculine, grande. When it's something feminine, grande. Adjectives usually do change together with the noun they refer to, right? So if I wanted to say high, a high cow, una mucca alta. Or if it's a horse, un cavallo alto, right? So the adjective always goes with the noun it refers to, except when it's an adjective that doesn't change. So some adjectives don't change. Like, for example, grande, big. All right, so we practice with number 1. only having one item to count. And this is our last slide for today. I want to keep this session very short. We're going to have a longer session next week, and we're going to have the next session 2 p.m. GMT as always. And I want to keep this session very short because I'm traveling and I don't want to explore this new format for too long and find out that people don't like it. So here we go. This is quite difficult. I mean, I say difficult, it's just different. So there are 4 sheeps, right? What's the word for sheep? Does anyone know what the word for sheep is? Right, so the word for sheep is pecora. Pecora. In questa foto ci sono 1, 2, 3, 4 pecore. Ci sono 4 pecore. Una pecora nera e 3 pecore bianche. So there is 1 black sheep and 3 white sheeps. So we can also remember that we covered a few days ago. We covered the colors, and so here we can see how the different colors make it an opportunity for us to say there is 1 that is black and 3 that are white. Ci sono 4 pecore, una pecora nera e 3 pecore bianche. Notice the difference between the pronunciation of E in e, so and, una pecora nera e 3 pecore bianche. And the pronunciation of E in tre, in 3. E 3. The difference in pronunciation is, I think, kind of apparent in this case. And of course, the word for pecora is feminine. So no surprises there. All right, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below in the description telling me what you think about this. And I will see you all with a normal, standard 2 p.m. session next week, describing an actual photograph, as we always do. Grazie per l'attenzione. Ci vediamo la prossima settimana. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. And I'm so sorry about the last minute time change for this session. But as I said, I couldn't do otherwise. Grazie. A presto. Studiate italiano. Ciao ciao.